item 11, to the report for information, item A, one-time funds.
Yes, I'm assuming you have had a chance to look through this. We wanted to give you a comprehensive list of how the one-time funds were spent. It's most important to note that it aligns with the priorities that this board has approved over the last couple of years. Trustee Jordan had asked for an update on this, so we probably gave you more information than you wanted or needed, but I wanted to be fully transparent with how the funds are being spent. But as you go through the list, you can see some pretty remarkable things we've been able to do for students, including for our athletic teams, our kinesiology program. We've got a new updated cafeteria. We've just completed a new college branding study, which will give us a new brand and look and feel. We've been able to put funds into the new Veterans Resource Center. We've put in water fountains, refillable water bottle fountains throughout the campus. We're in the process of putting in a bike rack shelter. So there's just so many, I won't go through all of them, but just wanted you to know that the funds are being spent as allocated, and happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions from the board?
Not a question, but I commend them for bringing this forward, because I remember the board gave the directive that we wanted as much as possible these monies to directly touch our students and their life with us and their academic success and etc. And I think a commendable job has been done.
I agree, Dennis.
I felt it seemed like a good, fair mix and some interesting things that are providing student education and experience. So I thought we did a good job. You guys did a good job. It looks like.
All right. Item B, the seismic study update.
Yes, Trustee Ramirez has asked us for information regarding a seismic study of our buildings, and I understand why. And this would be something that I think all of you'd like to know. I'm going to turn over to Dr. Schultz just to briefly talk about what she was able to find, and I think she had to do a lot of digging on this one, but maybe give us a 30,000-foot view of where we're at.
Well, the 30,000-foot view is there are no buildings on this campus that are in seismic danger or received an F in the report. We did have to do quite a bit of digging, and Ron Perez did some of this work with DSA. And as you'll remember, in 1989, there was a Little Prieta earthquake. In 1993, there was the, Northridge earthquake. Following those two earthquakes, both of which hit community colleges, the community college chancellor said, we have to do something to make sure that our colleges are ready. A very comprehensive study was done of all the colleges. I have it here. It's a big document. And some of our buildings were not reviewed because they were already seismically sound from DSA approval. So not all of them are in the studies because some of them were done after. There were 4 areas of what they call concern. Most of them are related to the outside stairways, which in the BoT buildings will be renovated when those buildings are renovated. So before we can do anything with that, DSA will have us fix those, but it's not the building itself. There was an issue with the Lesher, but that was related to the weight of the books on the 3rd floor and the possibility of torquing, as was written in the report. It has been approved.
When it was a library.
When it was a library, yes. Well, when it was renovated and turned into a student services building, the elimination of the weight, DSA approved the building as it was, so there are no buildings that are in danger or received a grade of F. That's how they reported on it. So
the mosaic tiles safe on the Lesher?
We can't guarantee that the tiles are safe.
No, if they come down, they will not be safe. But the building itself is not in imminent danger of collapse. I'm not going to say it's not going to collapse. I mean, any building can, given any size of an earthquake. But with the work, and these were all done by engineers. So this wasn't just some Yahoo walking around saying, yeah, it looks pretty good. No, this was actually done by engineers. And DSA has these all on file, so we can't slide anything by them if we try to renovate the BoT building and not fix the stairwells.
I was 3 seconds, right?
Okay.
Okay, I was teaching here in '89 when Loma Prieta hit, and I was sitting in the office by myself, plant science, and all the plants in the greenhouse across the hallway were just like, it was, but everything held together. I think maybe we broke a pane or something, but that was it. But it was, you could feel it here on campus. It was here.
That's pretty far away.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so it sounds like you feel confident that the Board of Trustees can rely on that report as far as finding that the buildings on the Merced Community College campus are seismically sound, according
Yes.
to DSA.
According to DSA, and they are our experts.
Authority? Okay.
They're our
Thank you.
authority. If you ever want to look at this, it resides in facilities.
All right, well, that's encouraging. So, moving on to item 12, reports, board member reports. I will start over with our student trustee, and we'll work our way to my right.
Thank you. So the students are actually very excited for the fall semester to begin, and as an officer of ASMC, I'd like to say that I am excited to begin the process to fill our vacant offices so that we can be working at full capacity. ASMC is planning a two-week-long club rush to reach as many students as possible. That will be starting the first week of school. As Cody had mentioned earlier, we just returned from our summer retreat where we worked very rigorously on our Constitution and bylaws. We were able to get through our Constitution, and I personally look forward to the work that our Rules and Judiciary Committee and also the work that our students will contribute to our new Constitution and bylaws, so stay tuned for a new and improved version of that. Excuse me. We also selected dates for student events for the upcoming school year, for the entire school year, not just the next semester. One of the things that ASMC plans to do is host a women's conference on campus that will serve to educate the community about women's rights, their struggle for equality, and the myriad of issues women face. This event will be open to the public, so we look forward to seeing you all there. I would just like to note that Robbie Dean and a group of our students are working to form a Guardian Scholars organization to support the foster youth program and students who were foster children. Lastly, ASMC hosted our Student Senate for California Community College's Region 5 monthly meeting last month, at which many of our students joined state shared governance committees, and I was nominated and elected as the Legislative Affairs Director for the region. I'm responsible for attending shared governance committees, committee meetings, congressional hearings, and also to act as a liaison for communication between state legislature and the students that I represent. I actually just attended my first Legislative Affairs Director committee during our retreat, and basically they just spelled out my role and my responsibilities, and I am really looking forward to that. That concludes my report.
Thank you, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Trustee Ramirez.
So, good evening, all.
Good evening, all. I have 3 things to report. I, with some of our other trustees here, went to that NAACP event over at McNamara Park, and it was a really nice event. I ran into a lot of people that I knew that I hadn't seen in a long time. And even though there weren't a lot of people that were necessarily college student age, there's a lot of young kids, and they were excited about the banners and the free stuff, the Merced College stuff. And I really think that that's the kind of impression and friendly relationship that is going to yield long-term results. So that was a really nice event. Met a lot of nice people. I think that not only was there a real friendship made, there was good opportunities for the future. We also got to attend the nursing assistants graduation. This was a very intense course over 9 weeks, and there were so many parents there that were so proud of their students. And one of the students said that she had been held behind when she held back in first grade and started late, and so people always teased her about how she was the oldest student in the class. And then she said she got to brag about how she's the only high school student who has her college certificate before she graduates high school. So there's just a lot of pride in that group that graduated. So that was really nice. And extreme registration, I didn't go. My sister was going to come, and I just thought I'd point this out. She was intimidated by the word extreme, which to me is kind of funny. She just said she thought it might be overwhelming, and I told her to just put on her jeans and just brave it out. But I had friends that came, and they said it was a very nice event. They felt very welcomed, and they thought that it was well presented. They came later in the day, so they needed a little bit of help finding where to start, where to go next, and things like that. But otherwise, they were very grateful for that event coming together. So thank you very much for everybody that worked on that, and that's all I have for this month.
All right, thank you. Trustee Ochoa.
Thank you, Board President. Good evening, everybody. And again, I'd like to thank Mr. Joseph Allison for his promotion today. And please know that everything that I say about Mr. Allison is definitely meant in a positive light. Him and I went to high school together, and I've seen him succeed and grow and improve his career. So I think we're definitely in good hands. And I'd like to thank Dr. Schultz for everything she's done. And I wish her well, and I think she's going to be an outstanding grandma. I also attended the college night at McNamara Park, and echo a lot of the words that Trustee Ramirez just said. It is very important that we do those outreach community events, and I really also enjoyed the kids there. And it was a good feeling to be there. It was a great sight to see the collaboration of all the faculty. And even some of the football players were out there, and they put that thing together up in 5 minutes and tore it down probably in 3 minutes, and everybody got going. The CNA graduation was also very inspiring. It was nice to see a lot of high school students graduate that night, and ran into a friend of mine who's the principal of Delhi High School, and he had nothing but positive things to say about our CNA program, and how over at Delhi High School his phones ring off the hook for students in that local area who want to take advantage of our CNA program. And I'm looking forward to getting dunked by you guys on Friday, so we will see you soon. Thank you.
What's the charge going to be to throw a ball? Is there a fee? Is there a fee to throw a ball?
They just have to show up.
It's free?
That's it.
Oh, no.
That's several.
I thought we'd make some money. One last thing, Trustee.
Yeah, one last thing before I forget. I'd like to commend Denise Butler for her updates on what we could do as a district for the Detweiler fire up in Mariposa. And I'd also like to commend President Vitale for opening up our campus facilities to our students of Mariposa, the people of Mariposa, and even the livestock of Mariposa. So, good job on that.
Thank you. Trustee Lashbrook.
Yeah, it does seem like we're able to react quickly these days to things that are happening in the need. I don't have a lot. It's been a long, hot summer, so maybe we're looking forward to being in air-conditioned classrooms. I am looking forward to convocation and the party on Friday. I'm kind of enjoying the collegiality up here, so I thank everybody for that. As long as we're not falling asleep at the wheel, I don't think we are. But anyway, I'm always astonished by the professionalism and talent and brains and people here. So I'm glad to be here. So thank you.
And Trustee Jordan.
Yes, thank you. Well, first of all, I would like to tell you that I wrote a personal letter to Mr. Sato, who is the head of the institutions in Japan that send us students, thanking him and his colleagues for the wonderful time they showed to me, also to my wife. And I received a very personal letter from him this past week. And the part that impressed me the most, he made it very clear and explicit that they want to expand their working with Merced College. And that is to commend all that we have done so far, because it certainly underscores the reason why he wants to broaden the contacts that we have and the services we give. And from a personal standpoint, my daughter had the privilege this summer and also last semester of working with the Japanese students. And yesterday was the last day for the summer school. And she came home and she said, I wanted to cry because I'm going to miss every one of them. She said they are such special students. And she said, I really envy those who have the opportunity of getting to work with them. So my hat's off to the Merced College and what they're doing for our Japanese students. I do congratulate Joe on becoming our interim VP and look forward to working with you. You have been outstanding through many years, and that will just continue. And thank you, Joanne, for all you have done. I'm going to tell you a little story about Joanne. Most of you probably don't know that she's also a very accomplished flautist. So there are more than one talent among the people that work at this school, and also the board members too. And the last thing, I just want you to know, I want to brag a little bit. You were talking about the tiles coming down, Cindy. I taught the student at Atwater High School who designed those, Bruce Reagan, who has become a very accomplished individual. And also, I also had the privilege of teaching Daniel Silva, who is now considered the best espionage writer in America. And he just published his 20th novel. And as his old English teacher, I have read every one, and I recommend him to all of you. And I hope that it cools off. It's been a horribly hot summer. And I look forward to, I think, Friday night. There's a few board members up here that I would be delighted to done, but I think it's also going to be reciprocated. So come, practice your aim, because it's not always easy to hit that little spot, but we'll let some of you probably come a little closer. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Do you get a commission on books that he sells?
No, I get no commission.
And what's the name of that person?
The last one, Daniel Silva. He was a Merced High School
Don't buy the
graduate.
book, he'll loan it to you.
Yes. But the last one is called The House of Spies. And it's very exciting. Of course, my wife says I read too much. So I try to incorporate my reading when I have other things to do, according to her.
Thank you, Trustee Jordan. Your 20 minutes are up. Dr. Upton.
Well, I'm bribing because we're past 7:30, so you don't get your cool drink. I have no report.
I'll buy you a Corona.
I have no report other than I'm looking forward to convocation and to, as I said, I've been practicing throwing these balls, and I'm more than willing to take tickets, but the doctor won't let me get up on that board, so that's the way it goes. Joanne, don't be a stranger. We want to see you around, and congratulations, Joe.
Thank you. Trustee, you're up.
Also don't have no report. I just want to congratulate Joe or give you my sympathies in the new job you got. Joanne, good luck with the grandkids. You're going to enjoy them. And for the colleagues up here, I want you to know I got the pictures that you made in my pockets.
Can you be bribed?
All right, and mine will be short short and sweet. I also attended this certified nursing assistant graduation, and it was awesome. It was packed, and there's a lot of folks in that room, parents that probably is the first time ever that they've stepped on a college campus. The food forest in Los Baños, the dirt is finally moved, and I was going to ask President Vitale if he would help me write a thank you letter to Charlie McElvaney, who's the contractor that moved the dirt, that did it on a voluntary basis. And we're moving forward with our bike path. We've got some forward progress going with MCAG, so that's welcome news. Congratulations on your retirement, Dr. Schultz, and enjoy it. And also welcome Joe Ellison. We look forward to working with you. And I echo the other comment from Ernie. Merced College stepped up to the plate with the fires that went on in Mariposa, and the community. The word community and community college really stood out when we, as a college, go out and help the community. So I think it was a great thing to do, and I hope that we continue to offer the Merced Community College services to our community in other ways. That's it. So next item is President's report.
Okay, I'll try to be brief as well. I'll start with the Detweiler fire as well. I just want to say that is a team effort. So many others were involved and stepped right in. Dean Anderson, of course. He got several calls about people in Mariposa who had their horses that needed a place, and he stepped right in. He worked with Joanne and her team and was able to put an emergency MOU in place for anybody that was there to release liability. But certainly that was a team effort. But I just want to publicly thank the board for giving me the leverage to respond so quickly in times of emergency and to be a good community partner in those times. Just so you know, I definitely consulted with your board chair. I called and talked to Joe prior to making that decision, but he gave me full authority to respond quickly, and I appreciate having that authority to respond to our community in that time of need. And there were so many on our campus who responded in ways that we probably don't even know. There were many student services, faculty, staff who stepped in and immediately started fundraising and collecting clothes and food and really helping out as much as they could and being volunteers. So that was definitely a team effort by our entire district, and I'm happy to report that. Classes start on Monday, and so please know that you're always welcome to be on our campus to see what it's really all about, and that is students who are coming onto our campus, many returning, but many brand new, that are coming onto our campus for the first time to step into a classroom, which is very exciting. Dr. McCandless mentioned Welcome Week, and that will be happening Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And if any of you would like to participate in that, please let Dr. McCandless know tonight. We would certainly be happy to plug you in. Basically, you would commit an hour to 2 hours at a table, and we give you all the resources to answer students' questions. And if you don't have time to participate, but you'd like to drop by, either myself or Dr. McCandless will get a golf cart and take you around and show you what's going on around campus in this heat. This Friday is convocation. It starts at 9 o'clock sharp. So everyone will start arriving around 8:30, and typically they congregate out in front of the theater. So please, if you're going to come at 8:30, have coffee, have a rolling donut, and catch up with some of our faculty and staff and managers before the event starts. Convocation itself will only be 2 hours, 9 to 11, and we've got a very packed and exciting program, so I hope to see you there this Friday. And then, of course, you know about the carnival later that evening from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And I want to publicly thank Stacy Hicks. I think in a matter of a few minutes, we came up with this idea one afternoon in my office, and I really haven't had to think about it since, because Stacy has done I think I said the other day 99.2% of the work, and that's probably not even accurate. It's more like 100%. So, but thank you so much for all the work you've done. It's just going to be a great time for us to be human and enjoy each other and spend time as a Merced College family again. Part-time faculty orientation is tomorrow evening, and you are certainly welcome to come be a part of that. It will be held in, where's Dr. Connor? Dr. Connor, where is the part-time faculty orientation tomorrow evening?
Part-time faculty orientation is in the LRC
It's going to be in the library this year. Okay, out in the Learning Resource Center, and it starts at?
It starts at 6 o'clock.
Okay, wonderful. It's 6 o'clock, so you guys are welcome to come and meet our part-time faculty.
Is that AM or PM?
We'll show up at AM, and if we got that wrong, then we can hang out for the day. And we're also welcoming several new faculty this week as a part of their orientation. And then two additional items. Myself and Dr. Latham and Trustee Gutierrez, you are invited to come with us this Thursday to the Los Banos campus. We'll be hosting Congressman Costa. He's going to take a tour of the Los Banos campus, and we're going to update him about some of our outreach efforts out in Los Banos. And all of the trustees are invited on August the 25th. We're partnering with the Merced Chamber of Commerce. We're going to do an Eggs and Issues down at the Business Resource Center for our business community from 8 to 10 a.m. And I'll make sure I send that out in an invite to you all via email. And that's my report.
I just got also just thought of something, one last item that I want to report, and I just want to say happy birthday to Chris on Thursday, because I won't see you.
Hey, thank you.
Happy birthday.
He's going to be 21.
All right, so that concludes the superintendent report, and item 13, future discussion items from the board. Are there any items that anyone wishes to bring up? If not, you can always call in and talk to Chris.
I just realized that it seems like it's been a while since we've learned about the different financial aid options for students, and including work study.
Yeah.
What's going on with the work study program?
I think that sounds great. Let's keep Dr. McCandless busy with presentations every board meeting. Financial aid, any other student services presentations. No problem. I think that's a great idea.
Are there two other board members that also agree to that? Okay, so that's good. Any other item? All right, as I said, if you have something, give me a call or give Chris a call. All right, there is no need for a second closed session, and the meeting is adjourned at 7:39.